Hello? So, I like Miraculous for some reason, but it all started when I saw Felix's debut episode, Felix, and that was just the first time I was like, oh, here we go. Yeah, this is gonna be the reason why I'm gonna finally watch the show now. No, I've seen the show before, but it was very just casual watching it. Didn't really stick with anything that was going on. I liked Adrian, I kinda liked the whole setup of the show, but nothing was really like sticking with me. And I didn't really care about the whole Marinette and Adrian going back and forth. It's really redundant. So after binging season 4 for the span of 2 days, I was really excited to see what Felix was going to do next season. They had this huge built-up and mystery surrounding him, so it was finally like really getting good for the first time. And I was so hooked onto this senti monster side plot. Like, that was the one thing I was so excited for. Like, I wanted to see if it was actually true, if they actually did have things planned since the very beginning, or they heard fans say these theories and were like, oh shit, that's a really good idea. Okay, write that down, put that in the next season, go. And I get why people don't like it, because if the theory's true, which it is, it pretty much makes Adrian not real.
When it comes to 1-year-old Dante, Pierre, you are the father.
But as Thomas explains it, if you want to make a senti monster a human child, it's going to act like a human. So, you know, it'll grow up, it'll get old, it'll get sick and die eventually. And so it pretty much makes that being a human. It's just the way it was brought up is not normal. Not to mention the crutch of having your life being dependent on a tiny little object that can be easily stolen or smelted down. But Thomas said something else that was really interesting when he mentioned why Felix wasn't in the finale. He said it was because Felix doesn't get into human business. Now, Felix is human, but because of how he was raised and treated, he just doesn't see himself as human. So he can't help but not trust anyone other than his mom, Adrian, and Kagami, who I guess is now also a senti. But that's why I love Felix so much as a character, because him being a senti being is just so cool and just reminds me of like androids from Aliens or Blade Runner. Like, it's just what I love about those type of existential movies. Like, Miraculous kinda is diving into the whole theme of what does it mean to be human. Like, sorry, but I'm gonna make the biggest, weirdest comparison right here, but Felix is kinda like the same as David from Prometheus. Now, give me a second, just hold on. So, here's why. First of all, David is an android, and upon meeting his creator, Peter Whalen, he's immediately met with the irony that he's serving someone who doesn't know their creator, is going to die soon, but yet David still has to serve him. So as David starts to develop emotions and political thoughts, he's starting to think, why am I serving humans when I'm so much more superior to them? And what better way to feel like a human, or even more than that, like a god, than creating your own perfect beings? So to tie this back to Miraculous, because that's what we're talking about here, it's similar to Felix being a senti being who senti monsters in the show are already perceived as being perfect organisms. He too started hating humans for what they did to him, mostly his father, and the fact that they could control him and pretty much make him disappear whenever they want to, whenever they're done with him. And so far, every time we see senti monsters in the show, they're always so easily discarded. But the moment they look like an actual person, like Ladybug, oh, now it's weird and unethical to get rid of this senti. And just like David, I love how both of them have like their own twisted perspective of what their ideal reality would be. And they both even try to make their own perfect organism too. It's just so funny. Okay, I'm done with the Prometheus comparisons.
Hi, everybody. So this is the way I see it. We need to completely recreate human civilization.
Anyway, I like how they build up Felix's character in only 9 episodes, but then also completely destroy his character in just 1 episode. Everything was great until representation, where his goals went from I have to free me and Adrian and protect all senti monsters to I want a girlfriend. It's such a shame that they kind of ruined everything by including love forcefully all the freaking time. I just hope for season 6 they don't actually make Felix best buddies with everyone, because realistically everyone should have trust issues in Felix, and Felix probably still has trust issues with everyone else. He doesn't really trust anyone except for whoever Kagami and Adrian see as okay. I mean, wouldn't that be such a cool idea for an episode where everyone's wondering, hey, why isn't Argos using his powers? We could easily win this battle, but no one understands that Felix doesn't want to make a being and then just toss it away. Except for when he did that in representation, but let's not think about that. So there's a lot of drama that season 6 still needs to resolve. So I kind of have high hopes that they'll bring back the Senti Monster side plot and make real good use of that. Or not, cause it's Miraculous, so lower your expectations. Dude, all this art and animation just to rant about Miraculous. Why?